Funnily enough, we actually saw the pub, which was at that end of the site, because this forms part of the beer garden for what was the pub. It actually closed down, I believe, a couple of years ago, and we were actually just walking through the area and noticed the pub had closed down, and we sort of peered down the side and thought, that's an exceptionally large beer garden. And we made some inquiries and we were told that the pub had actually been sold, so we thought that was it. And then we went on holiday, and when we came back we bought a local paper, and much to our surprise the pub was on the market as a sort of a refurbishment opportunity, because planning consent had been given for the pub to be converted into 3 cottages. So it was on the market, but with only part of the beer garden. And the bit that really interested us was this bit, which wasn't on the market at that stage. And we went onto the land registry, found out who owned the property, who'd bought it from the brewers, put a letter through his door, and that afternoon...
A local developer,
yeah, local developer, lovely guy. We put a letter through his letterbox, and we got a call from him that afternoon. Part of the planning consent that was given for the house, we're required to achieve Code Level 3 under the Code for Sustainable Homes. And fortunately for us, there's a guy at Potton, Mark Williamson, who's sort of a walking encyclopedia on the subject and has really held our hand. In terms of certain aspects of the design and the build that have had to be incorporated in order to help us to achieve that, I would say is additional level of insulation over and above the standard which comes with the house. We're putting additional in. A second, I would say, would be to make it sort of disability friendly. So, for example, all of the door openings has to have low threshold, so it's readily accessible by a wheelchair user. And similarly, in every room downstairs, there has to be a window which is reachable and openable by a wheelchair user. So that's a key area. And I would say thirdly is there's a sort of a lifetime home component within the code. And for us, the way we've sought to accommodate that is that in what will be our
Future
lounge
planning
over there, the construction has been designed in such a way that it could at some future stage accommodate a lift which would go from ground to first floor level. So one could, live within the lower and the corresponding upper room by means of a lift.
And the shower.
And the downstairs utility WC has been designed so that it can become a wet room, so
plumbed
that's
ready
plumbed in
for
ready.
future use if you're in a wheelchair.
Selling our house last October, we took a 6-month lease on a little 1-bedroom flat, literally a minute's walk away from here. That lease expires at the end of next week, and a couple of months ago, Jill saw a caravan on eBay one evening, and there was 10 minutes to go on the bidding. And we ended up buying this caravan for £257.09. The figure is indelibly etched on my memory. And it was down in Folkestone, so we went down to Folkestone, pouring with rain, and got the caravan, and we've sort of, with Jill's put new curtains and carpet in it, and it's really
made it livable.
Quite cosy now. So in answer to your question, with effect pretty much from today, because the materials are all here now and I want to keep them
And you're
secure,
going to worry about them.
I shall be sleeping in the caravan as of today, possibly on my own, don't know. But come the end of next week, Jill won't have a choice. She'll have to join me because our lease will have expired on the flat. And we'll be in the caravan ready for the duration of the build.